And while global growth may be slowing, Germany, Europe's largest economy, has technically entered a recession, but prospects for India remain relatively better. Goldman Sachs has revised and raised India's GDP growth forecast for the calendar year 2023 by 30 basis points to 6.3%, citing a boost in exports. Meanwhile, SBI's latest Ecowrap report has forecast GDP growth at 5.5% in the January-March quarter, which should take the full year 2022-23 GDP growth to around 7.1%. My colleague Pallavi Nahata joins us with the highlights from both these reports.
The Indian economy's growth recovery remains on track in Q4 FY23, and this is led by a growth in services. The GDP is estimated to grow 5.1% in the January-March 2023 quarter, a modest step up compared to 4.4% in the previous quarter. This is according to economists polled by Bloomberg. GVA is expected to rise 5% compared to 4.6% in Q3. For the full fiscal year, GDP is set to expand by 7%. There are pockets of strength in services demand, though private sector investment demand has remained muted, according to a research note by Goldman Sachs. But sequential growth in government expenditure is expected to come in stronger than was earlier anticipated, according to spending trends in January and February, Goldman said. It forecasts GDP to grow by 4.9% in Q4. According to Aditi Nair, chief economist at ICRA, economic activity in Q4 has remained uneven. Unseasonal rains are expected to affect Rabi output of some crops and could weigh on agricultural GVA, she said. Meanwhile, industrial GVA is expected to have improved, aided by an improvement in manufacturing, mining and quarrying. Manufacturing GVA is also likely to register growth after contracting for the previous 2 quarters. The sector will also benefit from higher volumes as well as lower margin pressures. Meanwhile, domestic demand for services continues to outpace demand for goods, driving growth in Q4. Services exports have also remained surprisingly robust despite a contraction in merchandise items. GDP figures for India are set to be released on Wednesday.